Yesterday, we were discussing what is the difference between questions and doubts. So, Arjuna is not just surrendered to Krishna, asking for some instructions from Krishna. He is asking, Karpanya dosho uphat svabhava prichami tvam dharma sammuda cheta yat shreyasyan nichitam bruhi tanme shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. Hey Krishna, I'm confused, frustrated, depressed, distracted. I don't know what is dharma. My body is shivering. I'm getting tears. What to do? What not to do? I don't know. Please, you instruct me what to do. Like that, Arjuna surrendered to Krishna and Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita. And remember, devotees, it is not one-sided conversation. It is not just one side. Okay, Krishna is keep on speaking. If it is a one-side communication, other candidate gets bored, right? We have experience of in our school and colleges. Teacher continuously looks at the board and continuously writes and goes. And the students gets confused. कुछ लिखते ही जा रहा है. We cannot understand, So, when there are some interactions, then the class becomes more interactive, more lively. So, Arjuna is not just hearing, but he is also asking questions in between. And Krishna is taking those questions. Krishna is not cutting off the questions. Sometimes Arjuna is asking questions. Sometimes Krishna answering the unasked questions also. I repeat. Krishna is answering the asked questions by Arjuna. Sometimes Krishna is answering unasked questions by Arjuna. Not all the time we can ask question, Sometimes some question comes in the mind and the class is going on. We may miss that question. But Krishna is not like that. Krishna is understanding unasked questions also and answering the questions. Because there are a lot of people like all of us, we are going to read Bhagavad Gita ahead in the future. So while we are reading Bhagavad Gita, we may get some questions. So Krishna is answering those questions also. Yes. Of course. But our discussion today is etiquette of questioning. Here in this section, new section starts. Arjuna is asking question to Krishna. Arjuna vuvacha sthita prajna ka bhasha samadhi stasya keshava. Hey Krishna, sthita prajna, self-realized person, what is his behavior? How he walks, how he speaks, how he sits. Basically, he is asking what is his behavior. How can we recognize a sthita prajna, self-realized person? How to recognize Guru? How to recognize Mahatma? He is asking more description about sthita prajna. You see, Arjuna is asking this question very, very relevantly. Up to now, Krishna explained to Arjuna, hey Arjun, become like this. Don't attach to results. Just work. Perform your duty without any attachment. And perform Buddhi Yoga. Become intelligent. Become matured. Krishna gave a lot of instructions to Arjuna. And at one point of time he said, many Mahatmas, they followed the same way. The great sages, Manishinaha, they followed the same way. And they came back to me. Mamupetya, they came back to me. Their life became successful. Arjuna, you also follow them. Now question comes to Arjuna. Really, after describing the qualities, after saying this pakka instruction to follow, then there is a natural question came to Arjuna. Tell me how to recognize that person. How to recognize that person. How he walks, how he speaks. Like that. So questions should be very much relevant, devotees. Many times we ask irrelevant questions. We should not get into irrelevant questions. We should stick to the subject matter. So the question should be relevant to the subject matter what is being spoken. So Arjuna is asking very relevant questions. And understand, etiquettes of questions means one should have a faith in the speaker. One should have a faith in the scriptures. That is called prashna. Prashna. That is a question. In the Bhagavad Gita, there is a shloka. It says, Tadviddi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. Tadviddi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. So we should render services to Mahatmas and ask questions. We should keep a full faith, pranipat. We should surrender to the Guru, and then we should ask questions. So these three things should go simultaneously. We should keep a complete faith in the speaker and the scriptures. Number one, paripatena, surrender to him with the complete faith. And second thing, we should render some service. We should do some service. Hearing with the faith is also service. So hearing with the utmost concentration, utmost respect is also service. So hearing is also service. We should surrender, we should serve, then we should ask questions. Pariprashna. So prashna means, question means we should ask with faith. And we should be eager to know. Yes. First one is etiquettes of questioning. It should be relevant. Second thing is, it should be utmost faith, utmost trust. We should ask question with the utmost trust, faith on the speaker. It's not that, oh, I don't have any faith, I will just throw the question, let me see. In a challenging spirit. We pose questions in a challenging spirit. No, it should not be like that. Sometimes we pose questions, of course we may not pose. So there are people who pose questions just to check the knowledge of the speaker. बताओ महाभारत में कितना कौरव है? I know the answer. Do you know the answer? Tell me. So we should not be in a challenging spirit. It should not be in a cross-checking mood. It should be with the utmost faith, trust on the speaker. And the third aspect of etiquette of questioning is we should be eager. We should be eager to hear the answer. We should be eager to learn it. Yes. So that is a question. But there is something called doubt. Doubt, samshaya. In Sanskrit we call it as samshaya. Krishna says in Gita, samshayatma vinashyati. If somebody has a doubt, doubt means it is because of faithlessness. Doubt on speaker validity, faithlessness on the speaker. We don't have any trust on speaker. Then why at all we hear first of all, right? So if somebody doesn't have faith, the speakers generally, the guru generally, he avoids speaking to them. Like that there are many references. In Padma Purana, there are 10 offenses to the holy name. It is said, one should not speak about Hare Krishna Mahamantra to someone who doesn't have faith. Don't preach the glories of holy name to the faithless people. If somebody, Krishna also says in Gita, Ashraddha Dana, if somebody doesn't have a faith, don't preach them. Don't preach them about Bhagavad Gita. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, when he starts writing Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela, he says, oh my dear audience, if somebody doesn't have a faith on me, on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, please now only just keep the book aside and go. Don't read this book. In the beginning only he says this. If somebody doesn't have faith, don't read this book. So faith is a very basic thing, my dear devotees. So somebody has a samshaya, it's very difficult. So we should ask questions, but not the doubts, not the samshayas. We should keep some faith and ask. Yes. So very, very interestingly, Arjuna is asking many, many questions in the Bhagavad Gita. For every beginning of every chapter, mostly, he has a question. There is a questions. Or else in the between. Actually, Krishna finishes Bhagavad Gita in second chapter. Third chapter starts with question. Then fourth chapter again questions. Eighth chapter again questions. So like this, Arjuna is asking questions with utmost faith. One place Arjuna asks a question. Hey Krishna, whatever you explained is wonderful, very nice. But I am not able to understand this subject. Can you repeat it again? Can you explain it again? I am not able to understand. Whatever you explained is perfect. So this is the next aspect of etiquette of question. We should ask question with a humility, humbleness. It is my problem. I am not able to understand. You are explaining very nicely. But I am not able to understand. How can I understand? This should be the question. How can I understand this aspect? So this is how we should ask questions. And devotees, asking question is very much important in our life. From childhood onwards, in bachpan mein, we ask many questions to our mother and father. Mama, what is this? Papa, what is that? Krishna also used to ask question. He saw one leaf, very interesting leaf. Then he asked, Papa, why there is a tail to this leaf? Banyan leaf. Banyan leaf, it has a tail. Oh, Krishna asked this question. Then Papa said, I will answer. Because this on this banyan tree, there are a lot of monkeys. So like this, Krishna is asking questions. Of course, it is a past times. It is not asking out of ignorance. In our life, we asked many questions from our childhood. But unfortunately, at one point of time, we stopped asking questions. It's quite unfortunate. We thought there are many reasons why we stopped asking questions. Number one, we stopped asking questions thinking that I know everything. Sab kuch pata hai mere ko. So another reason why we stopped asking questions, because we asked questions, but we have not satisfied with the answers from the people. We have not satisfied with the answers what people gave to us. We stopped asking questions. That enthusiasm to ask questions got stopped. Another, when we asked a question, our friends, our relatives, our parents, they humiliated us. Hey, why you are asking such questions? Foolish. Don't ask such questions. They have not encouraged us to ask questions. For example, children, when they ask question, why that person is crying? Parents doesn't have answers. They themselves are in different mood. Many times, parents, they think that this is not required for children. We should answer the questions of the children. Otherwise, they will stop asking questions about the life. We should encourage them to ask relevant questions. And parents should answer the questions. We should not demotivate the people. So this is another reason. We got humiliated. We stopped asking questions. Another reason why we stopped asking questions, that we have not asked the right person. We have asked questions to wrong persons. Wrong questions to wrong people. We should ask right questions to right person. Devotees, remember this. This is another etiquette. We should ask questions to right person. Right questions to right. For example, if you ask scientific questions to a mathematics teacher, he may not answer. If you ask biological questions to an engineer, he may not answer. You should ask relevant questions to relevant person, right persons to right question. So, I request devotees never stop asking questions, especially about life. Why I am suffering? Why I have taken birth? Why there is a death? How can I come over these troubles, problems? How can I get away from this karma bandhana? How can I stop this death? We should ask such questions. And there are answers. Such questions are being asked by sages of Naimisharanya. Such questions were asked by Parikshit Maharaj to Sukadeva Goswami Maharaj. Such questions were asked by Yudhishthira Maharaj to Bhishma Pitamaha. Such questions asked by Pandavas to Narada. Like this, whole Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, whole Vedic literatures are mixed with questions and answers. And every conversation you see in the world, every conversation, every talk in the world, it begins with question, ends with answer. What time bus will come? Question. Oh, this time bus will come. When is our class is going to start? Question. This is answer. Yes. So like that, every conversation, every talk is joined with question and answers. We should not stop asking questions. And ultimately, Vedanta Sutra, it says, Atato Brahma Jigyasa. We should ask question. We should inquire into the absolute truth. Hare Krishna. So, devotees, never stop asking questions. Keep asking questions about the life and get the answers. Not just answers, we should be eager. This is one aspect. We should be eager to know. Not just knowing, but also we should implement in our life. We should also implement in our life. I will end with one anecdote. It says, one time, the Benares University, the Chancellor of Benares University, Vice Chancellor, he came to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj to ask questions from the Shastras. He went to Gaudiya Math and asked, he said, Swamiji, I have some questions I wanted to ask you. Then Bhakti Siddhanta said, okay, I will take your questions. Please go to the kitchen. Some of my disciples, my Shishyas, they are washing the pots of the Lord. They are washing the vessels of the Supreme Lord, my deities, Archa Vigrahas. Go and assist them, help them. Then you come and ask me questions. I will answer the questions. So the Vice Chancellor, okay, he said, okay. He's very well educated. He went, he sat with the disciples. He started washing the vessels. So after washing the vessels, he was just coming out of the kitchen and he saw Bhakti Siddhanta. And Bhakti Siddhanta asked, you said that you have some questions asked now. Then Vice Chancellor, he said, actually, thank you so much for the service. I have got answers for all my questions. I have got answers from all my questions. So devotees, Krishna is answering unasked questions of Arjuna and he is addressing all our issues through Bhagavad Gita. Yeah, the Vice Chancellor of the Hindu Benares University is Madan Mohan Malavya. He is a person. He said he got answers for all the questions just by service. So bhakti means devotional service. When we start engaging in service, tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya, by serving, rendering service to Mahatmas, Krishna, pure devotees like Prabhupada, upadekshanti te jnanam, he gives the instructions, he gives the jnana, and we should be engaged in service. By service, we get answers to all our questions. Whether you ask, doesn't ask, by service we can get the answers to all the questions. I said, service can be various types. Now, here you're all hearing. Hearing is also service. We should hear regularly. When you hear regularly, then all the questions gets answered naturally. Hare Krishna. So I thank all of you for hearing this very carefully. Implement in the life. Do start services to Krishna. Chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Offer a flower, offer a fruit, offer a water to Krishna. Follow the instructions of spiritual master, guru, the guide. Engage in yourself in service. Whatever skill, talent you have, engage in the service of Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So tomorrow we will continue the reading the